Hey everyone, welcome back to Living Large on Lifetime. It's the Eddie and Julie show.
Hello,
Hello.
Julie.
Tonight we're going to do a cook with me and we're making a cheesy grits breakfast bowl. It's going to be 8 delicious Smart Points, so stay tuned to see how we do it.
Yum.
Okay, here are all the ingredients we're going to use in tonight's recipe. Our base is going to be grits, of course. I'm using these stone ground grits from North Georgia. I usually make the grits with chicken broth. However, we are strangely completely out of chicken broth. So tonight we are cooking the grits in water alone. However, they are going to still taste delicious because I'm also going to add some fat-free sour cream and also some fat-free shredded cheddar. So those three items are going to make up our cheesy grits, which is the base of this dish. We are going to top our dish with all this delicious protein. There's going to be eggs, maple chicken breakfast sausage, and Land of Frost Canadian bacon. So we're using all three of those proteins on our grits. And on top of all of that, we're going to smother it with Mrs. Butterworth's sugar-free pancake syrup. It's gonna be so delicious, guys. Let's get started. Okay, so the water is simmering. Again, if you'd like to use more flavor for your grits, I would definitely suggest using chicken broth. And I use a 99% fat-free, low-sodium chicken broth for 0 Smart Points. We have here 8 ounces of water per quarter cup serving of grits. So I'm making 3 servings, so I will be adding 3 quarter cup servings of grits.
Can you use a bouillon cube?
You could if you had it in the house.
Could you use like a poultry seasoning?
You could if you had it in the house.
Maybe add a little bit of garlic or something in it?
3. Okay, there's our 3 quarter cup servings of grits. So 1 quarter cup serving of grits is 4 Smart Points, and it will make about a cup of grits when cooked. So we're gonna let this simmer. The grits will cook and thicken up, and we'll be back when they're almost ready.
How long does it take?
It takes about 20 minutes, according to my cousin Vinny.
Okay.
Okay, so the grits have thickened. They are just about ready. I may need to add a little bit more liquid because they will also thicken more as they cool. So right now I'm going to go ahead and add the sour cream and the shredded cheddar. So remember, we have 3 servings of grits in the bowl. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of the fat-free sour cream per serving of grits. So I'm going to add 3 tablespoons.
Are you turning the heat off at this
I
point?
just turned the heat off because it's all bubbly and I don't want it to splatter on me. Okay, you can add up to 3 tablespoons, up to 1 tablespoon per serving, but I find when I'm cooking 3 servings for all of us here in this household, I usually just do 2 tablespoons of the fat-free sour cream. So when you divide that between 3 servings, it's 0 Smart Points. And then I also just do 2 quarter cup servings of the cheddar. And when you divide that between 3 servings, it is 0 Smart Points. So for 3 servings, what we have so far is just the 4 Smart Points for the grits themselves. So there is my fat-free shredded cheddar and sour cream. I'm going to stir that in and let it melt. By the time it melts, the grits should be ready to go. Okay, next we're going to cook our Trader Joe's maple chicken breakfast sausage. These are 1 Smart Point per link, up to 2 links. I haven't done the calculations after that because I'm only having 2. So we're using 2 for this recipe, 2 per serving. So go ahead, Eddie, let's get them in the pan and get them cooking.
Let's get them sizzling. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm having 2. Eddie and his mom are probably going to have 3. These look really good and they're super low in points. I'm very excited to test them out. How long are we cooking them for?
We're probably going to cook them until they start browning up a little bit on the outside. So I would say 3 or 4 minutes.
Alright, sounds good. Okay, we've got our sausages cooking in that pan. Over here, we're going to start with the eggs. So So Eddie has sprayed the pan with cooking spray only thus far. Eddie is the pro at cooking eggs. We're doing a sunny side up or an over easy egg. So I'm letting him take over at this point. Go ahead, Eddie.
Well, we got to make sure that this is really hot. So I think we might have jumped the gun from videoing it, but it has to be extremely hot. So we're going to pause it for a second and come right back.
Okay.
Be right back.
Okay, pan is super hot. Looks like it's ready to go. Now what?
Now we crack the egg and bring it as close as possible down there.
Woo! Got some sizzle going on. Okay, that's it. That's done. Just kidding.
So we're gonna crack a little bit of pepper on this. And
You could use salt, but
you could use salt, but we don't really use much salt here at home. And
we don't.
what you can do is wiggle it around a little bit so that if there is any wetness from the white, it kind of spreads out. It looks like we actually got most of the wetness of the white out. So we're going to let this sit for about a minute. Not too long. This outside area is going to get a little on the crispy side, which I actually kind of like. It's going to cook. If you have any bubbles, you can pop that.
How do you cook the top, Eddie?
Well, we're going to flip it. Some people will not cook the top, and they'll break the yolk in their plate. So
That's how I like mine.
the cook will cook it up, and then they'll just spatula it up. See how nice and easy it comes up? They'll spatula it up, and then they'll lay it on wherever you're putting it.
How are they going to get it up?
So let's just wiggle it out. So if you guys have ever wiggled anything, like maybe a piece of chicken or fish off a frying pan, you just scoop.
Don't flip it. I like mine with the yolk broken in the grits.
Okay, well we can cook it a little longer if that's what you want then. You probably want the yolk just a little bit on the hotter side then.
Okay, we'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, that was about 30 extra seconds, and now we're back. Eddie says it's done.
It's done. I prefer the yolk to be a little bit on the more cooked side. So we just let.
Whoa. Okay, that one's
Saved.
going on my grits. All
Okay,
right.
let's
I
do
just got
another
your
one.
bare feet.
I don't have bare feet.
Okay, we're doing another egg. Is this one going to be Eddie style?
This is gonna be
What
Eddie
about
style.
your cooking spray?
Let's put a little more cooking spray on this.
There's our sausage, guys, still cooking away.
We added a little water so that it could cook a little longer in there. Okay, cooking spray's in.
Cooking spray for Eddie.
Jiggle the sausage. Next, we're going to be putting that Canadian bacon in this too. So here we go. Ready?
Egg number 2.
Egg number 2. No shell, no shell.
Yes, correct. It's a good thing this one is going to be turned because one is Eddie's.
Did I crack it?
It's pretty, but
Oh yeah, it cracked. See, I had a feeling that was going to happen. That's okay.
so your first one
See?
was perfect.
You can fix this.
Your second one,
You can fix this now.
how do you scramble it? Add the pepper.
Add your pepper. So this is how my dad would probably make it. He might have broken the yolk. So you just take it, flip it over a little.
Ah, that's what I do for my egg sandwiches. Alright, that's egg number 2.
And then all we have to do is let that sit. And then flip it again. And I would say like 30 seconds, flip it, and just serve it.
Okay, here we go with another pan coated with cooking spray. And what are you doing, Eddie?
We're flopping the ham on.
This is the Land of Frost Canadian bacon. It is 2 slices for 0 smart points. I'm having 2 slices. If you have more than 2, it's going to be at least 1 smart point. So there's our Canadian bacon. Canadian bacon comes pretty much already cooked.
Does it
So-
come from Canada?
It's Canada? Does it come? Where's Canada? It might come from Canada. I don't know if it comes from Canada. So we're basically just frying it up a little bit on each side to just crisp it up a bit. Right?
That's right.
Alright, this is our final step, and then we're going to assemble our cheesy grits breakfast bowls. Yeah! Okay guys, here we go. We're almost done. This is almost the finished breakfast bowl. I have a cup of grits in the bottom for 4 smart points. The grits have the sour cream and cheddar cheese. Both are 0 smart points. So grits in total are 4. I have 2 slices of the Land of Frost Canadian bacon for 0 smart points. I have 2 of the Trader Joe's chicken sausages for 2 smart points, and 1 egg for 2 smart points. So that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points, and I'm going to top it off with this. Mrs. Butterworth's sugar-free syrup. 3 tablespoons is 0 smart points, but be careful because 4 tablespoons is 1 point. So there we go. There's my finished dish. Doesn't that look awesome? 8 points. Eddie, where do eggs come from?
Well, funny thing is, there was a story on KFI this morning or yesterday morning about eggs, and they said that eggs come out of the butthole of a chicken. So that's why you have to make sure it's nice and clean.
Just a little extra information for you guys. Happy eating!